Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education from all over the world. And in this digital marketing career walkthrough video, I am going to be doing an international career walkthrough. I am going to take you through digital marketing jobs in countries outside of the United States, specifically the UK, Canada, Australia, and a couple other countries, because I get a lot of requests for this, and I'm finally doing it now. As you can see, there are over 614,000 jobs worldwide, digital marketing jobs. That is a lot of jobs, everybody. So let's get started with the United Kingdom. Now the UK, as you can see on LinkedIn, there are about 44,000 open jobs, which is really great. I have had testimonials from students like Kim here, who got right into his UK marketing executive position without a university degree. Andrew, who was just finishing university and was waiting tables when he got his job. That is a terrible still shot of me, by the way. And then Dominic Bauman here, he's in Birmingham. I have Dominic's son, he's in London. He was working for a really big agency. And Paulisius is working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I also have Martin. I haven't, let me find Martin's. I actually still have not posted this. I've been so backed up with testimonials. But anyway, this Martin, he took the course in 2019. He's working for iProspect, which is a huge agency, also in the UK. So anyway, guys, yeah, there's a ton of jobs in the UK. Let's walk through a few of them. So let's start with this one here. This is a digital marketing assistant, premier resourcing. Let's see, they're going to be working with sustainable fashion and apparel brands. You have a passion for e-commerce, keeping yourself up to date with 1 to 2 years previous experience. So you've seen me do the US-based digital marketing walkthroughs. You know, when you see 1 to 2 years of experience, that means this is an entry-level position. And then it says you have a working knowledge of Google Analytics. Of course, you learn about that in the course. And excellent English skills, of course. This is definitely a very entry-level position, especially when they talk about proactive and motivated, taking up new ideas. But again, when you see 1 to 2 years of experience, that is a really good indication. It's been up for 2 weeks. There have 15 applicants, and you know, I think you'd have a really good shot at getting this particular job. Here's another entry-level position, paid search marketing specialist with Warner Media, which is a huge US-based HBO Max, so a big, big media company. As a paid search specialist, you'll be a key person in planning, managing, budgeting, monitoring, and optimizing paid search. Develop, implement, and manage paid search, data, etc. Now, it says experience working with paid search marketing, either in-house with an agency. And what I like where it says, again, what do I say to you guys in all of these walkthrough videos? When it says Google Ads certification is a plus, that is also a good indication they are looking for people who have any kind of experience at all. It's again, it's like if you were hiring a truck driver and they said it would be really nice or a plus if you have a license. No, anyone who's worked in the industry has certification. But I also think it's interesting how it says proven experience with large-scale multinational search accounts, $100,000 a month. That's really not congruent with this being entry-level position or them saying that this is Google Ads big certification is a plus. So my advice for you is apply for this job, even if you don't have, if you're in the course, even if you don't have $100,000 a month advertising experience. Again, this is my students have gotten jobs at very big companies, very big agencies, even though they didn't have exactly what was put in the requirements. Here's another one, digital marketing specialist, Quadient, I can't quite pronounce that, in Stratford, London. You are at the beginning of your career in marketing. You have the ability to work methodically, data-driven with good analytic skills. This is all also languaging that is saying that, you know, they are likely didn't even put paid search or PPC because most people applying don't even know what those things are because they didn't learn about them in university. So if you show up with the stuff you learned in my course, the projects, your knowledge of Google Ads, you will stand out from the other 26 applicants. And again, it's been up for 3 weeks. They've had 26 applicants. I doubt they've gotten anybody very compelling. So that's a really good, this looks like a good opportunity. Here's interesting, search and SEO specialist for Ford. So you're going to be working for a U.S. auto company, but in England. Ford of Europe, marketing department. You are going to working with paid search and SEO, support Ford of Europe's markets and dealers, best practices, paid search KPIs. Ensure Ford is considered by prospects. knowing that 90% of all automotive purchase journeys start with the search channel. Yeah, that's true. Most people make their purchase decisions through Google. And then, of course, SEO. Delivery of monthly digital media excellence reporting. And what it says, the level of flexibility is required for this role as the department works within a fast-paced and dynamic environment. Required experience, comprehensive search marketing, knowledge from strategy, activation, optimization, reporting. So isn't that really interesting? It says knowledge and knowledge. And it doesn't even say 1 to 2 years or 3 years or anything like that. It just says knowledge, and then it says advertising agency management experience. That's like one of their wish list things. But you show up with the knowledge, like I teach in the course. This looks like a really good opportunity. And again, remember when you see, now again, I don't really use LinkedIn Premium, but if you have it, I would check it out. I would bet you that the other people applying are not having the specific paid search and SEO skills that you have from the course. Here's SEO executive, content performance and digital PR. Let's take a look at this. This is a rapidly growing digital agency. And remember, guys, what I teach in the course, whether you're in the US or whether you're in another country, if you see that it's an agency, make a note of that agency. Connect with someone over there. Even if you don't get hired for this particular job, they will keep your resume on file because the agencies have turnover. Because people are always getting, not because of a bad reason, because of a good reason, people are always getting hired for better positions. Fairness, progress, enjoyment, that's great. Even in another country, they are this, I don't know what the work culture is like in the UK, but from even my students who've gotten jobs there, it's just like the US in terms of it's progressive, it's a cool culture to be in, it's not stuffy. So this is a good indication that this is a good, company to work for. SEO. This is a role in which we consider those with and without any prior SEO experience. Hello! It says it right there. So it says an ideal opportunity if you learn the ropes working. So this is one of those really low-hanging fruit opportunities. However, what do I teach you in the course and in the webinar? There's 16 applicants. They're saying straight up, you don't have to have a ton of experience. But if you show up with everything I've taught you in the course, so guys, if you're from the UK, you're in the course, get that SEO audit together. Make sure you've generated your experience and show up and apply, and you will definitely stand out from all of these other people. This is it looks like the name of the agency is North. So I would definitely check this out. By the way, guys, if you're watching these walkthrough videos, you can always look at the number at the top if you want to find this exact link. This is like the number in the URL of the LinkedIn posting right there. Let's see. Inspiring interns. So digital marketing analyst, digital marketing agency, inspiring interns. We're a social media agency. It works closely with our clients. Social media strategy advertising. This is a 3-month internship designed to convert into a graduate role. So this looks like for somebody who's probably in school, helping senior account managers, data reports, things like that. Analytically minded. So again, I still think it's stupid that they want you to have a particular degree for an internship. They might insist upon that, but even if you're not in university, and I actually don't know what 2 to 1 degree means, but even if you're not, apply anyway, guys. I tell you, these people get so blown away by the experience and the knowledge that you have from doing my course. It's so much more than anybody who's in university has. You will stand out. But there are a lot of internships and opportunities like this as well. Let's see. Essence, this is search engine optimization executive. This is Essence, part of Group M. And guys, Group M is one of these huge agencies that is global. Like it says, it's got $3 billion in media spend. 71 markets, North America, Europe, Asia, etc. And I've had students get hired by Group M and iProspect. So I definitely, again, with these big agencies, bookmark them and apply for these positions, and reach out to Haley, reach out to the talent acquisition person, because again, even if you don't get hired for this role, you will be considered for future roles. As SEO executive, you'll be responsible for making sure clients' websites search engine user and conversion friendly, which is what do you learn in the course? That's what you learn. Passionate about organic search, that is a good, remember, look for those buzzwords like passionate, strong data, problem-solving skills, team player. Manage workflow of organic related tasks, and then look at this. Knowledge, understanding of SEO. It's right there. Experience working across various teams. That's just about your ability to work with other people. Knowledge, understanding of audience research, SEO tools. And what are these guys? What did you learn in the course? SEMrush, Ahrefs, Screaming Frog. Right in the course. Attention to detail, blah, blah, blah. But I guarantee you, out of whoever has applied, these 54 people, most of those people are like saying, I have great attention to detail. I'm a great team player. I'm a great leader. If you look at my last walkthrough video, I used LinkedIn Premium to see that in the US-based jobs. You will stand out with your understanding of SEO, with your sample site audit, and everything else that you have learned. And also, another thing I'm going to point out here, where is it? Knowledge, understanding of church. There was a little, there were a few more details I wanted to point out here. Problem solving skills. And remember guys, one of the biggest tips and most important things you can take away from the course or in general is that when you're in your interview for these jobs, it's not essential that you know every single last detail about digital marketing. What's important is they want to understand how you approach problems. They want to know your thought process. And that's why they say things like problem solving skills. The more that you study and practice digital marketing, the better you will naturally get at problem solving, and that will communicate in your interview. Also, ability to work autonomously, keep up with Google's algorithms changes, interest in paid media, and this is what I love. It says understanding or interest, guys. That says to me, people applying for this have probably not even run a single campaign. So when you show up with your experience, whether you've volunteered for somebody or you worked on a small business or even your own website, you'll probably stand out from all these other applicants. And then curious and always learning to learn more. I love this. Bookmark this place, apply to them. Even if you don't get the job, stay in touch with the people there and keep applying, because they have hired my students before. They will hire them again. So EasyJet is looking for a paid search specialist managing and supporting development of local and international strategies of their PPC accounts, paid search campaigns. Sounds good. And that says 3+ years hands-on experience working in PPC. Now remember guys, what do I say in all of the walkthrough videos in my US-based jobs? Disregard. Doesn't matter if you have 1 month experience, 6 months experience, or 3 years experience, because look at the next line. A firm understanding of Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, analytics. If you have 3 years hands-on experience, you're going to have a firm understanding. So why would they put both things? It's because they are not finding enough people who actually have these skill sets. So the 3+ years thing is like a wish list. You show up, believe me, so many of my students have been hired for jobs that said 3 years experience, 4 years experience required. Major European language with good English. That's interesting. Exposure to management of marketing, which is something we teach in the class. And then it talks about all these different, bonus or desirable traits. AdWords qualified with fundamental and advanced qualifications. Guys, that's Google certification. Same thing I said before. Anyone who's had 3 years hands-on experience is going to be certified. So this is, again, sending those little mixed messages that indicate you should still apply even if you're a fresher. Okay, so EasyJet, paid search specialist. I like that. Here is digital marketing specialist, London area, United Kingdom, remote. And because it's remote, they've had 140 applicants. Now, one other thing I noticed is that this is, let's see if this is actually an entry-level position as advertised. Okay, minimum 2 years experience in online advertising. That is definitely entry-level. 34,000 to 39,000 pounds per year. And one of the things I was going to mention, that's actually a really good salary. That's about 50,000 a year US. Remember, guys, though, the UK salaries are slightly lower than US salaries. Why? Not because it's a bad market, but because you guys get 4 weeks of vacation and health insurance that we do not in the US. You often, digital marketing jobs get more vacation than most other fields, but we don't usually get a 4 to 6 weeks of vacation. So that's something you have to figure in there. Anyway, paid media specialist, digital marketing, joint account managers and client calls to learn about their business. Design, manage, optimize, scale ad campaigns, write ad copy, research, etc. Minimum 2 years experience. Remember, guys, when you see 2 years experience, that's also indication it's entry level. Passionate about driving real behavior at scale. Big thinker who has ambition, who has growth for their accounts. That's awesome. That's an attitude thing, and you get to join a team. And that's another one of the great things about joining an agency is you get the learning, instead of paying a school to learn nothing, you get paid to learn everything, which is really cool. Actually, it's saying, I guess, 31,000 to 38,000. But what did I say? 33 days annual holiday plus a MacBook and life insurance and flexibility of working from home and working wherever you like. That's pretty awesome. So I would definitely apply here at, actually, I'm not actually sure what the name of the company is. It says Digital Marketing Specialist Limited. Maybe that's the name of the company. And contact Richard Upton. He's got the hashtag hiring on his LinkedIn. Definitely apply if you've done everything in my course. Let's see. Oh, Deliveroo. I know that's like a big startup, right? A delivery app. London on site. It's been up for a month. It's only had 6 applicants. That's wacky. Let's see why that is. Getting food to your house in less than a half hour. But here's the real story. Yeah, there's a lot of marketing behind a multi-billion-pound company. Measure, monitor, and analyze past performance. Execute search and app best practices. So it's basically, again, running search engine management campaign. Proven track record at managing paid search campaigns in different languages. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Extensive experience with Google Ads and comfortable with looking for large, complex paid search challenges. Now, it's under entry level. And I always say to you guys, it's on them if they put a job that is not entry level, under entry level. That's not your responsibility, guys. This is a billion-dollar company. They should know, like whoever's posting this should put the right experience level. So it's an entry-level job. You just relate to it that way. And even though it says proven track record and experience with large data feeds, I would still apply. Remember, guys, I know this may be a different attitude between I think the U.S. and other countries. I think in other countries you might be a little more conservative. You know, in the U.S. we're a little more loud and pushy, right? And I want to give you some of that attitude, which is to say, apply for stuff that you don't think you might be qualified for. Be American about it. Like, we're completely deluded about what we're qualified for. But in your case, that's how, Dominic and Paulius and Martin and I had Andrew and Kim, they all got hired because they applied for these positions. A lot of them said, this much required, that much required, but they were audacious about it and they got hired. So you might get, you could definitely have a good shot of getting hired at this big startup. It's not really a startup. I mean, it's already listed publicly, but it's a new company. Paid search account executive, Performix, London. Let's see. They support numerous philanthropic endeavors around the world. That's pretty cool. Swiss government is a charitable trust, not crust. But basically, the job is build effective paid search campaigns and reports, contribute ideas to improve account performance, which is really cool. They say it that way because what is the fun part of why is digital marketing? Why do people like it? Because it's creative and analytical. You have to get strategic. You have to solve problems, and you have to come up with ideas. Read industry blogs to improve knowledge. What do I have you guys do in the course? And there you go. Ambition to start a career in digital marketing. Have an eye for detail. This is awesome. This is actually one of those low-hanging fruit, like 10% of all of them jobs. Whenever it says ambitious to start a career in digital marketing, they're looking for newcomers. If you show up with your knowledge and experience, having run the campaigns the way I show you, the projects I have you put together, you will stand out from the other 17 applicants on this position. Here is an SEO specialist position in Nottinghamshire, England, which is hybrid. It looks like that it's a mixture between remote and in office. Is technical SEO your thing? We're looking for new and exciting opportunity, ambitious team, yay. Perform, understand, implement technical SEO audits, perform keyword research and competitive analysis. That's what we teach in the course. SEMrush, Google Search Console, Tag Manager Analytics, and Screaming Frog, which you get in course. Motivation and confidence, active listener. These are all things about the culture. 30K to 35K. It's a great starting salary with holiday and all those things. Now this Nottingham office, 2 days a week in the office and the remainder of the week working from home. That's pretty cool. It doesn't even say like how many years of experience you should have, but they mention everything that we teach in the course, which has to do with that site audit. So it's been up for 2 weeks. It's only had 7 applicants, guys. If you're in the UK, I would apply for this. If you're near this area, but if you're not, move there. I always tell people that, like, if you're just people will move to other cities to go to college and waste their money and learn nothing. Why not move to a new city where you have a job, you'll be learning and getting trained and be able to pivot within a few months to a better job? I think it's definitely worth moving. Though, again, I don't know the layout of the UK. I don't know if this is a big city or not, but it's definitely a good opportunity. That's right, phone. The phone agrees with me. Okay, digital marketing analyst Kepler in London area hybrid, again, meaning that there's partially remote, partially working in office. Kepler executes engineered marketing. Every message and ad delivered helps create a more personalized and productive relationship between brands and their consumers. We're growing, we're fun. You'll work and learn from the smartest people in the industry and have a blast doing it. Data-driven insights, best practices. What you will do, be an expert with media trading platforms and analytic tools, display, mobile, Amazon, search engine, social. That's everything. And what does it say? 1 to 2 years of full-time experience. And strong interest in marketing client services. What did I say before again, guys? When it says 1 to 2 years of full-time experience and then strong interest in marketing, well, if you have 1 to 2 years experience, wouldn't you have strong interest in marketing? Again, it looks like a great job. That's why they had 57 applicants. You will definitely stand out from the other applicants with everything you have in the course. 25 days per year, bank holidays, gym membership, health cash plan, season tickets, loan, childcare vouchers. Wow, lots of benefits. Okay, so that is this one. Guys, I got to say, I mean, all these jobs in the UK, they're very, very promising. And I wanted to point out, oftentimes in my Facebook group, my students will post opportunities from their agencies. So here's Kim and his agency, and he's got offices in Shrewsbury, London, New York, and Australia, and they're all hiring. And, it's funny because, there aren't as many students from the UK in my courses, not because there aren't enough jobs, just because for whatever, I'm based in the US, my company's based in the US, I just happen to get more US students, but there's so many jobs in the UK. And there's the community of students within my Facebook group is great, and there's just a smaller percentage of them that are UK, so only a few people are actually eligible for these. But that means you have an even better shot of getting that position. Here is just a couple of more, and then we're going to move on to the next country. IG Group, London, England. Technical SEO specialist, calling all SEO experts with a deep knowledge in technical SEO. Now, it's interesting because it says deep knowledge, but then it says 2 years of technical SEO experience, and then it says good understanding of SEO best practices. Again, if you have 2 years of experience, wouldn't you have a good understanding? We would hope so. And then it says your development is important to us. That's great because it means they're going to be offering you training. And that's another big question that I get. And guys, whether you're in the US, UK, or another country, it is across the board in this industry. When you show up and you show people that you understand the language, like I teach in the course, they will take you and they will develop you and train you. And that is worth more money than any university degree. So it's cool to see that in the job posting when it says your development is important to us. That means you're probably going to be getting support and development. Because remember, the better you perform, the better they perform, the more money they make. That's how it works. So this is pretty cool. Flexible workspaces, hot desks. I don't know what a hot desk is. Sounds exciting. Private quiet rooms and refreshment areas and etc. And I'm sure you guys, because it's in the UK, you'll get some type of really cool vacation. Now, this is a very interesting opportunity. Digital marketing specialist, Bliss by Design, London, England, on site. Now, one of the things I notice is the pay is £550 to £1,000 a month. That is very low. And I don't like, it says here, national minimum wage, with view to increasing after training period. Now, normally I would tell people to be cautious about this type of situation. However, this is a small agency that is involved in digital marketing management for client accounts, social media, online marketing platforms. What's interesting is that when they put the skills needed here, computer skills like MS Office and familiarity with social media, that says to me this is like the lowest bar you can have. They are looking for people who don't know anything, and I thought they're probably going to train these people, and that's probably why they're paying so little in the beginning. And it's actually true. We'll provide training and coaching to ensure you are prepared. Now this is very interesting because it says guidance on CV writing, training, relevant role and career paths, on-the-job coaching and mentoring, assistance with seeking long-term employment if not being retained in the business, because our sister company is a recruitment agency. And this looks like a much more in-depth kind of training program. Now, I have seen some postings in the US mostly where these schools will be very sneaky and they'll put a job posting and say, there's an internship, and then when you go to apply for the internship, they're actually trying to sell you into some type of training program. However, these guys are paying you money. So this looks like a unique opportunity. I don't think they're trying to do any bait and switch on you. This actually looks like an opportunity for now, I really recommend you guys follow the instructions in my course, push for those positions that say 2 to 3 years experience and get your 20, 30,000 pounds a year entry-level job. But if you want more support and you want something that's even lower bar, this place looks like it could be a good opportunity, because it looks like what they're trying to do is get people in the door and then train them up and get them experience, and then work with another company that's a recruitment agency. Now, recruitment agencies get paid when they place people in jobs. So for them, this makes financial sense to me why they would be doing what they're doing. They're like, hey, we can get some fresh people in the door, pay them just like minimum wage, teach them enough to help them get hired through our other company, and then we get a nice, I don't know, 10,000 pound commission. And at the end of the day, you get a lot of training and a lot of support. Now, this is a 6-month contract, and again, if you're living on your own in London, I don't think you can really live on this monthly. So I don't know if it's good. You have to make that decision for yourself. But in general, what I do remind people is of this. The strategy that I teach and why it works so well is because I'm not teaching you to get rich quick. I'm teaching you how to build something over time. So if you are getting paid a little bit less in your entry-level job, like in the U.S., there are a lot of students who work at this one agency. I won't mention what it is, but they only pay like $30,000 a year U.S., which is in California, which is crap money. But the students are getting to manage hundreds of thousands of dollars of ad spend for like 3 to 6 months, and that is worth gold. They take that experience, and then in 6 months, they go to another agency. And one more thing I always like to remind you of, guys. Remember, there are millions of people in the U.S. and in the U.K. wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on college, wasting that money, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in these classrooms learning nonsense. Whereas in an opportunity like this, even though you're making minimum wage, you're actually learning more than the people paying. In the US, it's like $20,000 a semester. So you're still coming out ahead. I always like to put that in perspective for people. So yeah, I think this is a cool opportunity. Bliss by Design. Check it out. Now this is the last one here. We're winding down. Paid search specialist, hit search. Now, I wanted to point this out because this is actually a more senior role. It does say 3 to 5 years of experience, and it does specifically say they want someone who is a senior PPC executive, or if you already are a PPC manager looking to increase, level up in your career. This is the type of position someone like Kim or Dominic would probably be eligible for because they have actual agency experience. But my point is that even if you see something that looks a little bit out of your league, what I would do is check out the actual agency itself. And my food is here. Hold on. So you can either apply to the position. Remember, I told you, I've said this in my course. When I was in the beginning of my career, I applied for a management position, and I had absolutely no business applying for it. It was like they wanted like 10 years experience in managing people, but I applied anyway. And then a month later, they called me for a junior position. They said, hey, you're not qualified for this position, but we have that position. So you can do that. But what I really recommend doing is become like an investigator, become like Sherlock Holmes. Look into the company itself. So I went over and I just Googled hit search agency, and I found their agency, and they have this careers page. And you should keep this bookmarked because this is the digital account manager, senior account manager position, but they also have a digital marketing executive position, which looks like it is a little bit of a lower level. So you might want to apply for this one. And they also have, they have an internship. I actually don't recommend this one specifically because it's public relations and you don't want public relations. But look at this one. This is not a 3 to 5 years position. This is a 1 to 2 years experience. There you go. And remember, what does that mean? It means it's entry level, essentially. So again, just use some detective work, guys. When you see a company, do some research on it. And again, that's what I teach my students. And even whether you're in my course or not, you always want to customize your resume and your cover letter to every job you apply for, so that they understand you put time and effort into applying to their company. So anyway, guys, that's it for the digital marketing career walkthrough videos in the UK. I'm going to move on to another country now, but I've already talked for a long time about the UK. There just really are a ton of jobs in the UK. It's a really great market, and you can contact me with any questions, and I can hook you up with my students who are in the UK if you have any questions about what it's like to be a student of mine who's from the UK. Okay, now let's jump over to Canada, the neighbor to the north. I actually grew up in upstate New York, so I was about 2 hours from Toronto. So I'm very familiar with Canada, and it has a great job market. You will also see a lot of my student testimonials from Canada. Here's just a couple of examples. I know Abdi got a job at a digital marketing agency. Ari got a job, and he actually just leveled up to a new position. And then I have 3 students, Ian, Kevin, and Kim, all working at this place called WSI Paid Search, which is in Ontario, Canada. So there's actually more than that, but I wanted to get right into the job postings. So you see about 18,000 open digital marketing jobs in Canada at this moment. On LinkedIn, let's look at a few. So here is, I actually saw this on the front page and just clicked on it. So this is a digital search engine optimization specialist for 1-800-GOT-JUNK, which is a big company. Develop structured SEO plans to reach traffic and conversion goals for the website. Day-to-day search optimization. Now, what's really interesting is it does say 2 years hands-on experience. What do I say again and again, guys? When you see 2 years hands-on experience, you should apply anyway. And it says solid understanding of the components that create SEO success. And then experience in Google Analytics and certification. And what do I always tell you guys in the course? You want to understand PPC and SEO. Even if you work in SEO, it's good to know PPC. You can bring in your Google search certification and you will stand out from that. And they don't really care about this, guys. But they would more important, and why it's higher up on the page, is solid understanding of the components that create SEO success and support in the education of SEO within your organization. What that means is you're going to get training. That is a great thing to see in a job posting. So I would definitely apply for that one. This is a good one too. Paid search specialist, Glacier Media Digital. Now, remember, guys, what do I tell you? When you see the name of a company that's hiring, research that company. It might be an agency. They might have more open positions as well. They want someone who to join our growing team who is comfortable in a fast-paced environment, well-organized, quick learner, analytics, and Google Ads campaigns. Create and manage paid search campaigns using Google Ads, relevant search ads, optimization of accounts, everything you learn in the course. Proficiency in Google Search Ads, which is literally the wording that I have you guys put in the web resume. Excellent interpersonal communication skills, blah, blah, blah. What's really interesting is they have 42 applicants a week ago. They haven't hired anybody yet. And, you know, when they have desired skills and experience, and this is the top like bullet point, but everything else here is about your character. What happens is, like you might have seen in my US walkthroughs, you're going to get a lot of people who don't have any digital marketing experience applying, but they might think, hey, I'm a problem solver, hey, I'm a self-starter, and I'm going to apply. So if you do want those personality traits plus your certification, but when you show that you do have proficiency and knowledge of Google Search Ads, that is how you stand out. I would definitely check out this one. Digital marketing specialist, American Iron and Metal in Quebec. This is in Quebec. So this is create, analyze, and optimize paid search campaigns. And again, 2 or more years experience managing PPC campaigns. And they're still I love it when they still call it AdWords. It hasn't been called AdWords for like 2 or 3 years. It's Google Ads. Google Ad certifications and strong SEM analysis and reporting skills. And then, of course, leadership skills, analytical mindset, blah, blah, blah. But again, guys, 2 or more years experience, that is code for we really need somebody that knows anything about this. There's a lot to get through. Let's see here. Oh, this is an interesting one. So PPC, paid search specialist, remote 2 months ago, over 200 applicants. So obviously it's a remote position. This is going to be very popular. People are applying left and right to remote jobs without having any idea what the job actually involves. My experience, again, having hired, is when you see over 200 applicants, you should not be intimidated. It's been 2 months. They are likely drowning in bad applications. 2 years in paid media related position and buying strategies on Google Ads. I am very confident that most of the 200 applicants for this do not have any paid search experience. So when you show up with what I teach you in the course, with the projects, with your knowledge, you could definitely stand out and be considered for this position. Okay. This one, Jungle Assistant Media Planner. This is actually a very entry-level type job posting. You might have seen that. Look, it's only been up for a day. It already has 52 applicants. Why? Because the language, as you've seen again and again, it's not specific to specific digital marketing skill sets or competencies. It says open-minded and curious, entrepreneurial, creative-minded, highly collaborative, passionate and positive, and they even mentioned customer service. So what is happening? Why are 52 people applying in one day? Because they don't even understand what any of this stuff is. They just see all of these soft skills and they go, oh, I'm passionate, I'm collaborative, I'll apply. My background is in English. And they don't know anything about Google Ads or SEO or anything like that. When it says collaborate with agency members to promote best practices, effective media solutions, this actually isn't 100% clear if this is a like purely media or if this is a marketing role. But when it talks about research and competitive tracking, I think basically you, again, with your experience and knowledge in the course, would definitely just stand out from all the hundreds of people that are going to be applying for this job. And I would ask them, you can say, like, I'm proficient in SEO and PPC, and I'm, Facebook ads. Is this involve media buying? And when it talks about things like campaign deliverables, that is also another indication that this is a marketing position. But my point is that when you see these very low-hanging fruit, like soft skill focused job posting, it means they're going to be flooded with unqualified applicants and you have a really good chance to stand out. That is my point. Let's see. Groom and Associates Digital Marketing Specialist in Quebec, managed all aspects of paid digital advertising, Google Ads, LinkedIn Ads, etc. Now, okay, so I'm going to show you a few of these where, again, you have to decipher, like I show you in the US walkthroughs, the mixed messages that come across from a job posting like this. Okay, it says entry level, and then it says 5 years experience in digital marketing, and then it says an asset is Google certification. Remember, guys, anyone who's got 5 year experience is going to be Google certified. But what you have to understand is that when you have 5 years of experience in this field, you're not even really looking at job postings. At that point, a recruiter has probably got you working with you, and you're in the headhunter level of your career. You're at a point where you're commanding a 6-figure salary. You're doing very well. And that's probably why they've only had 4 applicants in the last 3 days, because anybody who actually has 5 years experience is not applying for this. They've also sent this mixed message with it being entry level at 5 years experience. What I say is, these companies are so stupid when it comes, it's the HR people, guys. Nobody likes HR people. It's just basic common sense that if it's an entry-level position, it shouldn't say 5 years experience. So what you do is, don't get upset about it. You basically just disregard this, as I've told you to do a million times, and just say, hey, I've got experience on Google Ads, I have experience with Google Analytics, I'm fluent in English. Oh, and you do need to know some French. But if you live in Quebec, you probably know both of these things. Actually, I'm going to tell one of my students about this right now. And you apply for this. And I'm telling you, even though it says 5 years experience, I'm telling you, based on the job description, which is just basic account management, this is not a 5-year plus position. If it said things like, managing junior members and leading the department, then maybe it really is 5 years experience, but most of the time it is not. You could just disregard that. You'll see that a lot, and I just want you to get really comfortable applying for pretty much every position that looks interesting. So I'm going to make a note of this, actually, and give this to my student in Quebec. Anyway, digital marketing coordinator. This is Right to Play is a global organization that protects, educates, and empowers children to rise above adversity using play. That sounds pretty cool. Coordinator is the implementation of digital marketing communication strategies. Okay, so why does this have 48 applicants in 4 days? This is not a hardcore SEM or SEO job. This looks like it is a mixture of, digital marketing with some type of website management, as it says here. I don't know what Wagtail content management system is. 90% of businesses use WordPress, WordPress mostly. But anyway, the fact that they've kind of mixed in website management with search engine optimization, these are two separate things, guys. Search engine optimization is its own specialized thing. And most jobs are specifically just for SEO. But they want you to be doing website management, website support, and then paid digital acquisition, which is not a huge part of the job. So when you see a job like this where they're kind of all over the place and they want you to do a lot of different things, it's telling me that they're going to get a ton of applicants that aren't qualified. And B, you may have to walk in here and this could be a good first job for people, because you might end up overextending. They want you to do a little bit more than you should be doing and not compensating you for, but you get the experience. the fact they want you to do like paid and manage the website and do SEO and do like some social media posting. This is kind of a crazy, all over the place in-house position. This means that like this company wants you to work for them directly, not an agency, and they're going to have you doing a lot of different stuff. Like I said, this isn't for a first job. The goal isn't to make a ton of money. It's to get experience. So you get experience. You can get experience in a lot of different aspects of digital marketing and then leverage that up in the next 6 months or so. But I definitely think you'd have a good shot of getting this job because, again, they do want a ton of different skill sets, and I don't think they're really going to get too many people that have 3 years of experience in all of these different things who are going to be working for this pay. This is entry level pay. So again, when you're at entry level, you should be happy to make $47,000 or $50,000 a year. It's temporary. You'll be moving up soon. Okay. Digital marketing campaign strategist, Ashton Education. Let's see. Post-secondary education sector. Interesting. Bachelor's degree or equivalent. Remember, you can disregard that. I love how it says required skills, strong English language skills. Like, it's a digital marketing job. Don't you think they should have some other skills? Knowledge of digital marketing tools. A very strong ability to communicate concepts. So this tells me, again, these guys, the company itself posted this. They don't understand digital marketing. You can show up and be the expert. You could also show them why a bachelor's degree is absolutely meaningless and pointless. Out of the 9 people who did apply, even if they have a degree, I'm sure they have no idea what they're doing. And this was the other thing. Again, entry level, 5 years experience. These people are fools. I'm just going to be straight. Now, if you go in for the job, don't call them that, obviously. But again, this is an in-house, probably a small company, 11 to 50 employees. The HR person put together a bunch of different things that they read about, and then they threw up 5 years experience at an entry-level job. And one thing I can tell you is that no person, again, with 5 years of experience is going to be interested in this job. This is clearly an entry-level position. It's good they put it in entry-level. There's nothing in here that indicates that you actually need 5 years of experience for this. You can come in, impress them. This is an in-house job. Remember, this isn't an agency, so you're not going to get that much mentorship guidance, and you're not going to be able to work on a variety of accounts. This is if you're the type of person that wants to take charge and be the expert in this particular company. So I hope these insights about deciphering the job postings are helpful. Okay, here's the next one, digital marketing specialist at Ballard Power Systems. This is another entry-level position, and it says they are going to be reporting to the marketing manager. So that indicates that you will have some type of supervisor. Maybe that supervisor doesn't have that much expertise in digital, but they will be somebody above you who you can turn to for guidance or for at least for supervision. But you are going to be the in-house digital expert. Again, that's what happens when you join a company in-house. You become the expert. Oversee the creation and implementation of digital marketing plan, SEO, blog and web optimization, media buying. And they say 3 years experience. And again, guys, when it says entry level, when it's in-house, and when you see that they have had 19 applicants and the job has been up for a month, that says to me they did not find anybody with 3 years of experience that actually wanted this job. This is again, when you have an in-house job like this, the bar is much lower than you think it is. So I definitely would apply to one like this as well. Here is digital marketing SEO, SEM specialist. 3 weeks ago, Home Painters, Toronto. I think this is similar to the other ones. No, it's entry level. I like it. Pride, accountability, initiative, no egos, teamwork, evolving, respectful, satisfaction. So it might have a good culture. 3 years experience managing digital marketing campaigns, demonstratable experience leading and managing SEO, SEM, social media, display advertising campaigns, Facebook ads, blueprint. So again, another in-house position where you're going to be doing multiple things from SEO, SEM, and Facebook. And then they want you to plan and execute all digital marketing. Again, it's been up for 3 weeks. It says entry level, 3 years of experience. I think I'm repeating myself at this point. This is another in-house position where I think you show up and you become the expert. And chances are they have not met anybody that has. Again, they're kind of pricing themselves out of it by putting 3 years experience for an in-house job where they want you to do all these different things. Most people with 3 years experience, guys, are not going to want a job where they have to do Google ads, SEO, and Facebook ads. It's just not how the market works. But these companies don't know that. As somebody who's just starting out, this is where you're hungry, you're ready to hustle, and you're ready to do all these different things for the experience. So that's another good one of opportunities. Now let's pivot a little bit since I've been doing in-house jobs. 24/7 talent. Now, this is a really great example because I actually haven't seen this employment agency in too many postings in the U.S., but 24/7 is a recruitment agency. You should be contacting all of these recruitment agencies. I mentioned some in the course, cybercoders, 24/7. These guys, the recruiters, get paid when you get hired. So you want to apply for this position, connect with the contact, the recruiter, and they will keep you on file even if you don't get the particular job you're applying for. So this is help strategize and develop compelling content for SEO and paid ads, PPC, bachelor's degree preferred, 3 years of digital marketing experience. Again, I've said it again and again, don't worry about that. They've only had 3 applicants. Chances are they are really looking for somebody that knows what they're talking about. Again, because with people with 3 years of experience, you're not going to be doing SEO and PPC in the same job unless you're getting paid a lot. So, that's something to bear in mind. But definitely connect with this temp agency 24/7. Reprise Digital. This is a great company. This actually is a company where a bunch of my students have been hired by this agency. This is an associate position, search and social, Greater Toronto area, hybrid, so it's probably half remote, half in-house. Support the campaign management team with setup on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google Ads. So here's when it says post-secondary education or equivalent work experience. They're saying, and it says they want a marketing degree preferred. They don't really prefer that, guys. I've had students without degrees get hired. It's the HR people. They're idiots. I'm sorry. Look, Toby in the office cleared the way for us to say that. Some of the requirements that they put into these job postings are absurd. The people doing the actual hiring are like, look, we don't care if they have a degree. Do they have experience? Do they know how to do it? We'll hire them. Understanding of digital advertising concepts and terms and asset. I think it's a lot more than an asset. It's a lot more important than a degree. Desire to develop and excel in a digital media career, client service oriented, organizational skills, etc., etc. So this looks like definitely a good entry-level position. I can tell just again by the language, the fact they're talking about client service and ability to work with multitask, etc. This is definitely an actual entry-level position. They do have 58 applicants, but I bet based on the way they've done the description and focusing on the degree, they're getting a lot of clueless graduates who are like, I've got a marketing degree and I learned about billboard advertising and whatever else nonsense they're teaching in school. Yeah, I was going to go on another rant about that, but you've seen enough of my rants about that. Demand generation specialist, Canada, remote 2 weeks ago. Only 26 applicants for a remote position. That's pretty cool. So this demand specialist is lead demand generation initiatives across multiple channels, which means basically they want you to help, when they talk about leads that are those are potential customers, people who have submitted their email address or phone number for whatever these guys are selling. This may not be as relevant because it talks about creating dynamic video content. So this is, again, I think I wanted to use this as an example of like something that if it's your first job, it could be a good opportunity, again. But when they talk about making dynamic video content and they talk about SEO and SEM and paid digital, this is another one of those in-house positions where it looks like they're trying to get a little bit too much out of their employee. But like I did in my in-house position where I was getting paid 6 figures at this job and I did everything for them. I did paid search. I did all sorts of creative things. I worked on TV commercials for them. I did video. I helped them hire an SEO team. They were paying me a good amount. But if you're just starting out in your career and you see stuff like this and you do happen to have video abilities and you've learned SEO and SEM in my course, this is where you could show up for something like this and stand out from these other 26 applicants for sure. I mentioned a bunch of those. Now, this is good. We're getting back to this is an agency. Perfect timing because we did so many of these in-house things and then we had a recruiter. But Group M, this is a awesome agency. This is also, they've hired a ton of my students. Account coordinators have the opportunity to join the dynamic world of search engine marketing. That's right, phone. Use PPC systems, Google AdWords, and big ads for day-to-day campaign management, and knowledge of the digital landscape, interpersonal skills, understand the interests of online marketing, and then certification is an asset. Guys, if you're in my course and you're Canadian, apply for this. This is a perfect, when it says account coordinator, paid search, this is a very entry-level position. They're talking about PPC. Again, when they put the stupid degree requirement at the top, that means that they're trying to get college graduate type people, and those people are all clueless. And I don't care that it says required. If you have a degree, that's fine. If you don't, still apply. These people, the people who actually do the hiring, are smart enough to know that a degree is not required. It's, again, all the human resource morons who say a degree is required, because that's how they make their money, is by putting these stupid requirements on there. Understand an interest of online marketing, search engine marketing in particular. I'm telling you guys, 30 applicants. Most of these guys, if they do have a degree, I'm telling you, the classes these people are taking in college are literally going to make your eyes roll in the back of your head. They're studying like the most ridiculous. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I have to show you a little bit more in detail about the ridiculousness of these programs. And this is actually a student of mine sent me his friend's 4-year curriculum. This is in the country of Jordan, but it's modeled on like U.S. Canadian programs. You've got scientific research methodology, consumer behavior, human rights, communication skills, health education, introduction to economic sciences, computer skills, principles of marketing, principles of accounting, international marketing, field training and digital marketing, marketing research, product planning and development, knowledge management, human resources management, total quality management. What is this stuff? This is absolutely insane. This guy's spending 4 years in this program. He's not even learning about PPC or SEO directly. It's absolutely nuts. So my point is, and I'm going to do a whole other video on that another time, is that when these people say university degree required, they themselves, these companies, have no idea how crazy, stupid, and irrelevant the curriculums are. They have the same assumption everyone else does. Well, they must be learning something smart there. They have no idea that the people showing up are so clueless, which is what gives you that chance to stand out. I really want you to feel confident about that. Even if you apply and you don't get the job, you should feel confident. You are in the right to apply for a job that says university required, even if you don't have one. You are in the right. By the way, it's not a law. Remember that. I always tell people, it's not the law. It's just some dumb person in HR put it up there. Anyway, okay, rant over. Digital marketing specialist, Creative Circle, Toronto, Ontario. Again, Creative Circle is another temp agency like 24/7. Sign up with Creative Circle. Social media. I think actually this was, okay, so this job is not a great job because this is social media campaigns and you don't want to be doing organic stuff with like Canva and After Effects and all that other stuff. But I would still, this is a good example of you should sign up with Creative Circle because they probably have other jobs that are better and more relevant. I am looking now at search engine optimization specialist, Neo Financial in Calgary. Guys, and another thing, when you live in some place like Calgary, there's not almost any competition. It's a very low population city. So you really will stand out here. Working closely with our marketing team, SEO service offerings, on-page SEO efforts, everything you learn in the course. And it's going to say you have a minimum of 3 years of hands-on experience creating SEO programs. You're experiencing crafting SEO strategies, being near a perfectionist, blah. But here's what I'm telling you guys. There have been 12 applicants. It's been up for a week. I'm telling you, you're in Calgary. I really think you have a shot at this. And again, I would disregard the 3-year thing as I tell you on all these job postings. So here are the last couple of opportunities in Canada. Loblaw Digital, which I think is hilarious because that's an homage to Arrested Development. We know their customers expect the best from us. Set up, actively manage, and optimize paid shopping strategies with Google. And then again, 1 to 2 years of experience. Again, that's bing, bing, bing. Very, very low experience level. They are not finding people that have experience. Experience with Excel, self-directed, proactive, and yeah, I mean, even if you don't have the Google Smart Shopping campaign experience, just with everything you've learned in the course, the proper account structure, the familiarity with the platform, you are going to stand out from the 23 people that have applied. So anyway, guys, that is the walkthrough portion for Canada. As you can see, there are a ton of opportunities there. Again, you can always reach out to me or look at any of the testimonials from my Canadian students, or reach out to me and I'll connect you with them. My Canadian students love to connect with other Canadians and help them out. And yeah, as I said, it's a great job market. Now let's move on to our next country. And that country is Australia, which has a really great job market for digital marketing. You can see about 8,600 jobs here on LinkedIn, but there's also a website called Seek, which you're probably familiar with if you're Australian. And I don't know how many of these jobs overlap, but I see about 7,700 jobs over here as well. I would imagine there are opportunities over here that you will not find on LinkedIn, but I'm going to stick with LinkedIn because it's what I'm familiar with, and it's still obviously a great resource. Also, just want to give you an example. This is George Brandon, who I interviewed on my YouTube channel. You can hit him up on LinkedIn. He always loves to talk to other Aussies. He lives in, I thought he lives in Melbourne, actually. I thought he moved to Melbourne. He actually got a job after taking my course. He was actually living in Europe in, I think, I can't remember if it was Austria or what country, but he couldn't get a job there because obviously he didn't have the work permit. He came back to Australia. Within about 2 weeks, he got a job working with Kogan, which is like, I guess, the Amazon of Australia. It was a really cool opportunity. Now he's moved on to another agency. And also, this student of mine I'm about to interview, James, is only 16 years old. He lives in Perth. And he got a job at 16, an internship that has turned into a junior PPC position. So there's a lot of demand for people with this skill in Australia. There's not a big supply of people who have it. You can really stand out. I would love to get more Australian students. I just think for whatever reason, I don't know, people see my channel or they think it's just for Americans. It's not. It's any of these Western countries or any country that has a robust economy and digital ads being run. So let's go through a few of these positions in Australia. I just saw this one right off the bat. This is a digital marketing specialist in Brisbane. A lot of these jobs, some of them are on site, some of them are remote, some of them are hybrid. Develop, manage, the implementation of digital marketing strategies. Experience in marketing, PR, or related field. Now, that's really interesting is that when they're talking about digital marketing strategies, SEO, and then they say qualifications in marketing or PR, that says to me right off the bat, guys, again, they are not, either they don't know what to ask for properly because it's a HR person who posted it, or like, look, the person who's the job poster is in marketing and event management, meaning she is an old school marketer who doesn't know digital. So she used whatever advice she got from people to make this job posting. But this is not, like, when you go into this interview, you are the expert. Experience with HubSpot, WordPress, what they really mean is SEO. SEO should be the primary skill set in this job posting because their goal is to obviously, it's always to generate more leads. So when you come into a position like this, where again, it doesn't even say you need like 5 years experience, this is a good opportunity for you to showcase your knowledge and definitely be considered for this position. Here is a paid media associate in Sydney, in Digiv, I can't pronounce it. Anyway, looking for a paid media associate. It's a big digital marketing technology company, set up, manage, and optimize campaigns on paid advertising, Facebook, Google, all these social media, SEO. And it's funny when they say an analytical thinker who loves testing, organized, detail-oriented. Again, all of these, the way they're wording this is, again, speaking to the fact that they are very open to people who do not have a lot of experience. When you show up, again, with the knowledge and the projects you do in the course, you'll definitely stand out from the other 14 people who have applied for this position. Let's see here. Melbourne, paid search analyst, paid search team. You're going to support a team. That's great. You're going to be getting trained on the job, or you're getting a lot of support on the job. Create, monitor, and optimize campaigns on Google Ads. Demonstrated experience with paid search campaigns. And again, in this one, it doesn't say how many years experience. You will have experience after doing the course. A/B split testing, time management skills, et cetera, et cetera. Again, this looks like a great opportunity. Here is SEM specialist at Michael Page, which I don't know what kind of company that is, but it is a retail company in Melbourne, setting up, managing paid campaigns across Google, take initiative, and then again, minimum 2 years Google Ad account management experience required. Remember, guys, these requirements are not set in stone. They're not actual requirements. Again, it's been up for a week. They've only had 7 applicants, and I guarantee you are going to be one of the top candidates if you have done what's in the course. This says knowledge of SEO, which is why I like to teach people both SEO and PPC, because it looks like it's an in-house job. They're going to probably want you to do a few different things on the job. Digital marketing specialist, Southern Cross Austereo. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. SCA is rapidly evolving, which means our team is expanding. Permanent position, flexible options. But what do they want you to do? You will be the resource our broadcast sales teams come to the most. A successful track record in implementing successful digital marketing strategies. It's kind of funny how it's kind of hard to find right off the bat what they actually want, but they obviously want the same thing everybody else does, somebody who can manage paid ads and organic ads. Passion for advertising. This is kind of this is a very short job posting, so I definitely would apply for this. Again, they've only had about 8 applicants. It's been up for a week, and extensive professional use. Oh, that's funny. Especially professional use of social media technology. What does that mean? It means running ad campaigns on Facebook and on probably on Google as well. So this is another good opportunity. I'm just trying to illustrate to you guys again. These opportunities are all over the place, not just in the U.S. Here is the National Trust of Australia and Queensland. Drive NTAQ social media platforms to maximize exposure. Okay, website updates, liaise with bloggers. Now this is again, this is a government posting, so it's probably not going to be the most succinct or the most well-informed, but they're talking about updating the website and liaising with bloggers. Liaise with bloggers, social influencers, and brand ambassadors. That's like wheeling and dealing. That's influencer marketing. They want you to connect with people who have audiences to get messages out for the government, which is cool because, well, you're working for the government, so you have a little bit of clout when you reach out to those people. That's not specifically what I teach in the course, but as you get more into digital marketing, you're going to pick up all these little side skills. But what's interesting, it says SEO, SEM proficiency and tools, and it kind of just throws that in the middle. I'm like, whoa. Again, that should be a separate job. So what that tells me is that, again, 21 people applied. They're looking at things and they're seeing things like social media, website updates, and they probably don't even know what SEO, SEM is. When you come into the job interview and you show them your experience with Google Ads and you ask them what their goals are and you talk about driving targeted paid leads, then they're going to be interested in you, and you can actually direct the conversation and say, look, guys, I know you want someone who can do all these different things, but is your goal to get new leads or new eyeballs on the website? We need to do paid traffic and you need to enhance your SEO, and that is it's either a separate skill set or you use that to leverage up what your pay would be, or you basically just use it to stand out from the other 21 people who applied for the job. Digital Marketing SME, Optus in Sydney. Now, this is interesting. It's been up for a month. They've only had 5 applicants. We're after an expert to join our Agile Tribes of the Digital Marketing SME. Highly resilient, future-focused individual, relentlessly curious. So this is interesting. Minimum 4 years professional experience in marketing. Again, disregard that. This is it. Experience designing, implementing digital marketing campaigns. That's it. You don't need this. I know, even in Australia, like I said, my student, he's 16. He's working as a junior PPC analyst. In Australia, in Western countries, I don't care if they say degree required. It's not required. They just want you to really know the digital marketing campaigns. And again, they've only had 5 applicants. And I think you're going to find that a lot over here because, again, it's a market that is, it's still a developing market in terms of digital. There's a lot of agencies. There's just not as much talent as there might be in other places. And even in the other places like America, you can see there's not that much talent. Let's see. Google Ads Specialist, award-winning digital group, first page, Melbourne. Let's see. Global digital marketing firm since 2011. Create, execute, and drive a variety of paid search strategies. Someone who values quality. Now, okay. They put 5 years experience here, and I'm just telling you guys, I still think you should apply for this job, even if they don't hire you. I'm telling you, especially in Australia, they're going to look at your resume and your experience and be like, okay, well, if we don't hire him for this position, we're going to keep you on file for a future position. But I'm telling you, when you're at the 5 years paid search experience, I mean, it's got to be a very generous salary for anybody to be hiring off LinkedIn. Usually at that level, you are getting poached by other agencies directly or through recruiters. Here is SEO specialist at Princess Polly in Queensland, Burley Heads. I'm mispronouncing these names, I'm sorry. Ability to build SEO strategy and best practices, a minimum 2 years experience. Remember, 2 years experience is code for not that much experience, just background in SEO, experience in keyword research, meta description creation. This is all stuff you learn in the course. And they've had 1 applicant in 4 weeks. So this is another good opportunity. Car Next Door, New South Wales hybrid, 1 month ago. They've had 47 applicants, but it's been a month. They haven't hired anybody. So that, again, indicates they are not finding qualified people. Develop new SEO strategies and maintain current strategies. Monitor and report using SEMrush, Google Search Console, analytics. You've learned all that in the course, plus what you learned on your own. And then it says 3 years plus experience in SEO role, but really strong understanding and expertise in technical off-page and on-page SEO. Obviously, if you had 3 years experience, you would have a strong understanding of those things. This is another indication that they are going to be open to somebody who has the knowledge but may not have exactly 3 years of experience. Let's see, PPC specialist, search specialist at Media Monks in Sydney. 10 applicants in 1 week. Own the development implementation of Google, Apple, Bing, and Amazon advertising. Successful candidates will have 2 to 3 years experience in paid search, blah, blah, blah. And I say it again. I keep repeating myself, guys, because I really want to get it to your head. You've been trained to believe that you need to have everything in the job posting, and you do not. You definitely don't. Digital marketing coordinator at a Deco, Sydney. 3 applicants in 2 days, ensuring all the websites are kept up to date. This, okay, so again, when they want you to update the website and do the paid campaigns, that's typical of like an in-house position. And it says 2 to 3 years of experience. I like it says ideally 2 to 3 years experience, because again, they're saying we'd like it would be really cool, but we're open if you don't have that much experience. A certificate or degree qualified in digital marketing or related field is advantageous. I'm telling you guys, again, this is an HR person. Okay, they do not know what they're talking about. No real digital marketing agency cares at all about a certificate, which is why I don't offer a certificate, and they don't care about a degree in digital marketing. Remember, guys, I showed you, if you didn't watch the Canada part, I showed you some of the ridiculous classes people are taking in these degree programs. If you get a digital marketing degree from Full Sail, you're taking English classes and you don't even actually learn about SEO or build a website until you've spent 2 years in that program. So again, this all is to your advantage. Even though these people think this is what they need, they're probably, out of those 3 people, maybe somebody does have a degree. They show up, they don't know anything about paid campaigns. They don't know anything about digital. You show up, you know these things, you stand out. And we are almost to the end here. Let's see. Account coordinator, graduate opportunity. So you can see when it says graduate opportunity, they're going to get a lot of applicants. With Merkel, Sydney. Meeting. So this is an interesting opportunity because it's not fully digital, because it sounds like they're also doing TV and radio and print, but they've thrown digital in there. So it sounds like, based on where it says be naturally curious, be a problem solver, have a strong point of view, they are not looking for hard skills. They are probably looking, it says, for a graduate who they're going to train. But this is an opportunity where you show up and show them what you do know in digital. You would definitely stand out from all the other graduates who are showing up and they're like, I did a term paper on what I would do if I was CTO of Apple. Here's what the new iPhone would look like. Like the people coming out of college their heads are so far up there. They're just not tuned into what's actually going on in the industry. But this is clearly an entry-level position. I think you guys would be a standout. Remember, I've had students who didn't even have, barely graduated high school, get hired in positions like this and beat out hundreds of other applicants because they had just a little bit of practical knowledge. Here is a digital marketing specialist, fixed network world, and I cannot pronounce this, I'm sorry. It's in Queensland. Engage with fixed network franchisees, digital marketing, social media strategies. Again, these job descriptions are a little bit shorter. See, if this is a social content thing where they want you to create engaging content, that is not what I am teaching here. But then they throw in paid media campaigns. So again, the reason it's been up for 3 weeks, they've had 34 applicants. These guys, like I said, it's like a dating profile where they're all over the place. I want somebody who's tall, but I want somebody who's sweet, but I want somebody who's strong. It's like all over the place. If you want someone to do your social media content stuff, that is a separate skill set from doing SEM. Again, SEM is its own dedicated thing. So I would come in if you're applying for this, and then they throw in SEO. Lead with SEM, which is paid search. You could also include your site audit to show that you know SEO, but don't feel like you have to do social content stuff. That is a separate thing. And they're gonna have to learn that, because they're basically gonna be either getting college graduates who don't know anything, who are like, I know how to use Facebook and Instagram, but I don't know anything about SEM. Or they're gonna get people who know SEM and SEO but don't know anything about how to make a meme or something like that. The more valuable skill set is this SEM and the SEO. So this is an interesting one. I think you could show up to this position and actually talk some sense into them and actually be considered for the position. Oh, wow. News Corp Australia. I didn't even realize that. This is the belly of the beast. This is like the home of Fox News and all of the relevant media to that. So join Australia's largest media organization, Sky News, right? Proactive. Actually, it says digital advertising specialist, but I don't see anything in here. It says sales roadmap and products. Okay, this does not look like an actual digital advertising. This looks like they want you to be a salesman for digital advertising. But it's only been up for a month. They've had 3 applicants. I would apply and be like, I can do digital advertising, I can do PPC, I can do SEO. Is that what this job is? And if they're like, no, it's a sales job, then you don't want it. But if it's not, then you could definitely go for it. Here is a cool company called ResMed in Sydney. Imagine a world where people are delighted by their healthcare experience. That would be amazing. I'd be on board with that. Hybrid position across Australia, New Zealand, leading the marketing team, SEO strategies, Google My Business, all the stuff you learned in the course. SEMrush, Google Search Console, all those things that I've told you're going to see on job postings. There they are. Responsible for staying up to date with SEO and technology trends, algorithm updates, etc. Minimum 2 years related experience. Again, guys, don't worry about that. Remember, there's just, again, with a talent pool that's this shallow, you stand out even if you have just a little bit of experience. And then knowledge of Google Analytics, SEMrush, attention to detail, and all these other things. Definitely would apply for this. The last one I have here is, it's one of these ones where it talks about SEO strategy, and again, with the 5 years of experience. And then it says deep understanding of latest trends. Again, guys, I just want you to get comfortable knowing that when you see 5 years experience, the people with 5 years of experience are not applying for this job. They are getting headhunted. They are getting directly poached by other agencies. This is not an accurate description. So don't get upset about it. Just say, I know this is much more of an entry-level position. I'm going to apply anyway. And the last thing I wanted to go over is that you can find agencies. There's a ton of agencies in Australia, and I just happened to look up this one, firstpage.com.au, and you can see they have all sorts of cool things about their culture, career progression, positive culture, development, and then here's all the job postings: SEO team lead, paid search specialist, paid social specialist, and you can go directly to these agencies. Here's another one, impressive.com.au, what our employees say, digital account manager, SEO, performance manager. And again, it says we're always on the lookout for talent. What they're basically saying is what I tell you in the course is that, guys, whatever country you live in, apply for the job, but even if you feel like it's out of your scope or they don't hire you, contact someone there, show them your resume. They will be so interested in you. They will want to keep you on file, and they will come back to you when they have a new opening. So that is Australia, guys. Again, it's a very good job market. Feel free to reach out to George or to James. Yeah, definitely go for it, guys. I'd love to get more Australian students in the course. You guys, you really have a lot of opportunities over there, and it's a great market. And now I'm going to move on to just a couple more countries before we wrap this up. Our next stop is in Germany. Germany has a huge economy. I think it's like the biggest economy in Europe. And there are, as you can see, 35,940 open digital marketing jobs right now. And, I don't have that many students from Germany, but the ones I've had have done very well. This is actually an example of Michael. Michael Schroeder he's actually from the UK. And he currently lives in Japan. But when he took my course, he was in Germany. And you can see he got a job at LoanLink GmbH and Leap Digital Marketing GmbH. So he actually got employed in Germany as a non-German citizen because I believe it was partially because of his English skills and also primarily because of his digital marketing skills. So this is a very good job market. Let's go through a few of the postings here. So here's a digital marketing analyst in Dusseldorf. Digital marketing analyst, data-driven approach to optimizing budget, search campaigns. And then it says, when they talk about a bachelor's degree, again, I know in other countries you might think it's more stringent about the degrees, but I've had people get hired with and without degrees in pretty much every country where there are jobs. So even if you don't have a degree, it says equivalent work experience with everything you generate from the course. You definitely could be considered for this. Also, when you see all of these soft skills like self-motivated, adaptable, that is another indication that this is an entry-level position. Here is one at the Lego Group. I think this is so cool because obviously Lego is a European company. My student, let me see if I can find it. My student Xavier, remember I did this interview with him from 0 to 60K doing SEO for Lego. This is Xavier. He works at Reprise Digital, which is one of these huge agencies. But my point is that he was went from having no experience to working on a huge brand like Lego. So it's not out of the question that you could actually, an assistant manager, paid media type job, oversee and growing affiliate program. But what it says over here, do you have what it takes? Significant digital marketing experience across multiple channels, SEO, SEM, PPC. This is a really cool opportunity, and like I've said, in every one of these countries there's the lack of skilled workers, so even if you don't have a ton of experience, you definitely could get considered for this. And like I said, my students have worked for these big brands even with very little experience. Here is a very interesting one. This one actually says, and a bunch of these postings in Germany do say junior. When you see junior, that's another indication this is a great opportunity. It's obviously for somebody with very little experience. SEO consultant. 2 weeks ago, it's only had 6 applicants. It's in Munich. And it's a hybrid position. Now, I had to use Google Translate because I do not speak German. Basically, this is Dentsu, Merkel. Basically, Dentsu is one of the biggest agencies on the planet. And what it says here, you can work in Hamburg, Frankfurt, Munich, and basically it talks about SEM and SEO right here. And they mention the degree, but of course they are much more interested in knowledge of Screaming Frog, analytical mindset, and things like that. So this is definitely a very good opportunity with a very big agency. Let's see. This one, it says right in the description as well, trainee digital media planning and consulting in Bavaria. Only 1 applicant. It's been up for 3 days. Now this one I had to use Translate again. Training in digital media planning and consulting with a focus on display and mobile. And again, when it says completed studies, what they really mean is the affinity and the knowledge of digital marketing. I guarantee, it's funny because as I said, they want somebody with a certain kind of education. Maybe you have an education, maybe you don't, but they've only had 1 applicant in 3 days. So I definitely think it's you against one other person. I think you could stand out. Let's see here. Now this was interesting because this is Global Savings Group. And if you actually look at this company, Trent works here. If you guys remember this interview, remember from washing dishes to optimizing websites, the interview I did with Trent, that is Trent right here. He actually works for this huge international company, and he's obviously based in the US, but they have an opening here in Berlin. So this is an SEO specialist job. This looks interesting. Visa support. That very, very rarely see that. This is an interesting opportunity. If you remember, I interviewed Ross back in the day. He's from South Africa, and he got a job in Austria. If you are not a German citizen and you want help with your visa, this is a really good opportunity. Possibility to work up to 6 weeks per year from all over the globe. SEO specialist. Plan and execute SEO programs, and it says, remember, 2+ years of relevant SEO experience. If you haven't watched all of these walkthrough videos before, remember that is not set in stone. My students have gotten jobs that have said anywhere from 3 to 5 years experience required, and then it says, of course, knowledge of SEO best practices, Google algorithm history. That's what you can show them, showcase in your resume and in your projects and in your interview. And they do want you to be fluent in English, so that is definitely, I've discovered, like with Michael, is that some of these international companies based in Germany, your English skills will be definitely a bonus for you. But again, 6 days ago, it's only had 10 applicants for a position that looks very promising, so I definitely would apply for this one. This title is kind of funny. Junior Video Advertising Manager, Paid Traffic Agency. Guys, this is with SEMrush. SEMrush, if you're in my course, this is one of the major SEO analytical tools that everybody uses. So it's kind of like a celebrity thing. Like, oh my God, it's like working for Amazon or some big company. Very exciting. They're looking for a leading digital marketing toolkit for SEO, PPC, and content They are the leading digital marketing toolkit for SEO, PPC, and content marketing, which is what I just said. They basically want an entry-level position to provide assistance with campaign management, to help manage campaign creation, ensure best practices. And when it says 1 year of experience in digital marketing, proficient use in Google Ads, guys, that is exactly what you have in the course. You will also have certification, which will make you stand out. Work remote, flex, office. This looks like an awesome opportunity, guys. Again, if you're, I hope to have more students in Germany because, again, there's thousands of jobs there, and this one looks very, very promising. Here is a junior online marketing manager SEO. Again, it's a junior, and I had to use Google Translate, and it basically says, start your career here, passionate about search optimization, strengthen our digital team, drive search engine optimization of our websites, paid social, Google My Business, all this stuff. You are well-versed in technical SEO. This is all stuff you learn in the course. This is really good opportunity right here. Obviously, I mean, if they're posting in German, this is likely for a native German speaker. If you speak both English and German, I'm sure that's a bonus too. Here is another one, junior, again, junior consultant media solutions. This is with Dentsu. Again, this is not Merkel. Hold on a second. I gotta find the Google Translate. I remember why I don't have this up, because this job is not like really an SEO or PPC job. It looks like it's going to have to do with content more so, video seeding and native advertising. But it looks like a very entry-level position where they want somebody who's bilingual. And again, it is also with Dentsu, which is, again, it's such a huge agency. They're going to have multiple job openings. But I just wanted to give you a sense of the job landscape here, guys. There's options for all different levels of things, you know, for PPC, for SEO, for general, you know, sort of content and video. There's lots of opportunities. Here's an SEO specialist with Yokoi, which, by the way, has, if you looked, I looked up their company and I looked at jobs. They have like 55 job openings listed. Lots of jobs here. Do you want to join us in the journey of disrupting the spend management business, lead technical SEO optimization, define, track, and report on SEO KPIs? This is, it says 3 years experience with SEO and a proven track record. This might be a little bit more of a senior position, but they did put it under entry level, and I say apply. Remember, 1 day ago, only 2 applicants. And when a company has 55 open job openings, basically that says to me is that they are growing. So you should just at least contact and apply, because even if you don't get this job, there's a chance you will get your resume held on file so that you can be considered for other positions. And this is great. Let us know about an SEO campaign that you developed, led and successfully reached the initial targets with. Look how it says initial targets. This could be, again, this could be your site audit. This could be on a packet, you know, you worked on your own. This could be one of the projects you did for a client, even if you have the most. I even had a student ask me, like, if let's say I raised the authority score by 6 or 10 in Ahrefs or SEMrush, put that on the report, put that on the resume. Those are the types of things that are going to help you stand out. Even, it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be, oh, I made $1 million from this website. Not even close. You don't even need to do that to stand out. Let's see, SEM specialist Munich, Mauser Electronics. This is an SEM specialist role, perform A/B testing, develop and analyze reports on SEM campaigns, everything you learn in the course. Work with the SEO specialist, which is great because remember I teach you guys SEO and PPC so that you understand how to interface with SEO specialists. And then when they say, it says degree in marketing or 3 years suitable combination of education and experience. This is, again, even in these other countries where I don't know what it's like, their attitude towards education, this is absurd because the degree in marketing is a wasted 4 years. Remember, they're not studying anything about digital. So it shouldn't count for anything at all. Your 6 months of experience actually getting hands-on account, like it says, first experience with hands-on pay-per-click account management, that is really the most important thing, no matter what country you're in. Fluent English skills, and, oh, this is interesting, German skills and additional languages would be a plus. So this is an English-focused job posting. You can usually tell if the posting is in English, it's obviously an English role, clearly. Here, oh, this is funny because Media Monks, I actually saw this, what was it, Canada or one of the other countries, the same agency was hiring. So Berlin, Germany, 3 days ago, again, 1 applicant. I love seeing when it's 1 applicant. I don't think I even did a Google Translate. Oh, because they have English and German here. With us, you find a diverse group of colleagues. Sprech Deutsch and English. I think they want you to speak English and German. And then I see 2 years of account management. And basically that, again, 2 years is equivalent to very, very entry level. So I definitely would apply for this one. Search engine optimization specialist, remote job. Now this has 4 applicants already, but it's probably because it's remote. This one, honestly, I don't even know what this job is. I just wanted to show you that there are a lot of jobs in Germany. It says you have to work 15 hours a week, and then, let's see, maybe they've put the description on their website, which is kind of weird. Yeah, you actually have to sign up to apply. But again, I just, honestly, I don't actually know if this is going to be search engine optimization or not, but it's just an example of one of the many jobs in the country. Here is, this is a much more promising one, junior paid search specialist. It says junior right in the title. It's been up for 4 weeks. They've had 1 applicant in 4 weeks. That is crazy. Managing campaign strategy for paid search across Google, a Google Display Network and YouTube, Yahoo, Bing, building campaigns, pacing budgets, reporting everything you learn in the course. And this is 1 year hands-on direct experience of paid search campaign building. This actually should have been my #1 posting that I put up there, because this is absolutely one of those diamond in the rough postings. 1 year experience is code for it. Your 3 months of experience from the course is more than what they're going to get from other people. They also want to, experience in Facebook Ads Manager, experience with Google Tag Manager. Those are things, again, it's icing on the cake. It's not the fundamental thing they want. The fundamental thing they want is Google Ads, but you can just keep impressing them with your continued knowledge. And then native language, they want someone who speaks French. Well, they don't need someone who speaks French, but they're saying it would be nice. But you guys in Europe, I mean, you guys speak multiple languages, unlike us Americans who usually just speak English. So anyway, guys, this looks like Ventura Travel. This looks like a Berlin-based job. This looks like a really good opportunity. I would definitely check this one out. Here's one, full stack SEO remote, Deutsch remote 3 days ago. So this is they have a platform in Switzerland, but it's a job based in Germany. They want you to speak English, run SEO experiments, and fully proficient in common SEO tech stacks, Ahrefs, Search Console, etc. And you need to speak German as well. And it looks like another excellent opportunity here. Here is, what did I do here? This is in German, so, okay. We are looking to strengthen our paid search team, advise customers on paid search strategy. So, and it says they will have a non-binding introductory meeting, which will tell you more about the job. Basically, this doesn't have as many bullet points, but it's basically looking for paid search. And I get the sense that, it's a small company. It's a remote job. They've had a lot of applicants, but it's probably because it's remote. They probably don't have that many applicants that actually have paid search skills, so you could definitely stand out with this one. Let's see. We only have a couple more here, but I think this is already very exciting. Oh, this one is called, it's at OneFlow. It's based in Berlin, but this is a Swedish company, and this is more of a content creation role. This is more of a writing role. So if you're a person who likes writing, this is for you. Marketing related content. They're basically looking to grow their presence in Germany. So this isn't exactly what I teach in the course, because I focus on paid search SEO and paid social Facebook ads, but people who have writing abilities, or if you like the content aspect of SEO, this could be a good opportunity for you. They want you to be proficient in German and English. And I think by bringing your previous blogging experience or what you've generated in the course, your SEO experience, I think this would definitely make you a standout from these 50 applicants. Okay, just have a few more postings here to go over. This next one is junior mid-level, paid social, paid search, paid native in Berlin. This one had a lot of applications, probably because it says social in there. When people see social media marketing, they don't really understand what the jobs are, but they see social, they think of Facebook, and then they apply. Now this one says launch and manage advertising campaigns across search, display, social, and native. That is a lot of things. Now, Taboola and Outbrain. It says here, experience with a range of performance channels, including paid search, which means Google ads, Facebook ads, and Taboola and Outbrain is a big plus. Now, but guys, Taboola and Outbrain is whenever you go to like CNN or Fox News or any of those websites and you see those little news stories that aren't really news stories, they're really ads. That's what they call native advertising. There's 2 main services, Taboola and Outbrain, and it's not very, very uncommon for people to have experience with this, because that is a very niche way to advertise, because it's expensive and it's I had one student who works for a big finance company, Agora Financial, and they use that because they have such a high return. You have to make a lot of money on the back end to make money with this type of performance. But the point is, you can learn about this and even run a couple ads as a test on your own and show up to the interview saying, hey, I have a little bit of understanding of Taboola or Outbrain, and stand out. But you're already going to stand out because it says experience with one of the following: Google Ads, Facebook, Taboola, Outbrain. So your Google Ads experience right there already puts you ahead of the pack. Learner's mindset, that's great. And of course, 1 to 2 years of experience with online or performance marketing. And when you see that 1 year experience, it means we are looking for anybody that has any idea what they are talking about. This one had 16 applicants in 3 days. That's perfect. It means the people who are hiring are like scratching their heads, wondering when are we going to find someone that knows what they're talking about. You show up and blow them away. Here's another one. This is the last one, actually. This is Online Manager SEM Paid Search Specialist, and this is in German. But basically, it says you're responsible for the development of our keyword strategy, and you want to connect between SEO and SEM. And that is, again, why I teach the course the way I do, where you understand both SEO and SEM, because they're going to want you to be able to implement and or understand both of these. And a lot of, most people don't have both of those competencies, so you definitely will stand out. And then confidence in Google Ads Editor and Excel. You have online knowledge of SEM and well-versed in using common search engines, and experience in keyword planning. Again, all of this language in this posting indicates, again, this is an entry-level position. It's funny, even though it says mid-senior level, they've only had 3 applicants in 2 weeks. So I definitely would apply for this. And you should also be able to speak English. So again, guys, lots of opportunities in Germany. I'd love to have more students. Now, you may have seen that I don't really have that many testimonials from people in Germany. It's not because the jobs aren't there. It's just because for whatever reason, maybe it's because of the language barrier, I just don't have that many students. But guys, I just want you to feel confident. You definitely can reach out to Michael too. Like I said, he lives in Japan now, but he got his start when he was in Germany. Also, Ross Holmes, you can look him up on LinkedIn as well. He lives in Austria, which I know isn't Germany, but they're very close. He was, as you said, he got a job at an advertising agency working on like Formula One and some other huge accounts with almost no experience. And now he is, looks like he's moved on to working with his own clients, but he was working at Adrivo when he was in Austria, which is, I think, a really huge advertising agency based in Germany and Austria. And again, guys, he had no previous experience, and he wasn't even a citizen. He's from South Africa. His wife is Austrian. So there are a lot of opportunities in Germany. I hope this has been inspiring. You guys, again, you can always reach out to me or the students that I mentioned, and I hope this was helpful. Now we're going to move on to just a couple more countries before we wrap this up. Now let's travel over to Asia, and we're going to talk about Singapore. Now Singapore, as you know, is a unique country in Southeast Asia because the economy is so powerful. It's very much like a Western economy. So there are 10,000 open jobs in Singapore in digital marketing, which is a lot considering there's really only like, I don't know how many people in the country, 5 million, 5.6 million. That is very good. Now, I've actually spent time in Singapore. I've actually done personal development work in Singapore, and I know it's a very intense place. So I know a lot of you guys, there's a lot of pressure to go to college, get a degree, which you probably already have. But I want to encourage you that if you are watching this and you're in Southeast Asia, if you're in Singapore, you can still apply everything I teach, which means applying for positions that you may not necessarily think you are qualified for. And I'm going to take you through the exact same methodology with some of these postings here. So here's an online marketing specialist with Kingo Singapore, looking to grow our marketing department, develop marketing strategies for the company's website, social media accounts, analyze data to determine campaign efficiency, demonstrated knowledge of SEO, SEM, digital marketing. So remember, the knowledge, that is what you learn in the course, knowledge of ROI, ROAS. This is the type of thing you're going to understand that the person with that bachelor's degree is not going to have. So even if you live in Singapore, I know everybody's very intense about education over there, and it says bachelor's degree required, I would encourage you to be audacious and still apply for these positions. You're going to have this. Because it doesn't matter what the culture is like in the country, there's still, out of those 31 applicants, maybe a lot of them check all the right boxes and say, oh, he's got a degree and this and that. Very few of them are going to have the experience you guys have from the course and the actual knowledge and hands-on experience. I love this because Media Monks, which we already saw in Germany and another country, is also in Singapore. They've had 20 applicants in a week. Don't worry about that. Development, implementation, optimization of paid search campaigns across Google, Bing, etc. Successful candidates have 2 to 3 years experience in paid search advertising. Again, guys, I would definitely still apply for these positions because even, like I said again and again, even if you don't qualify for one particular position, they will keep your resume on file for future positions. And second of all, I've had so many students who've gotten jobs where it said 2 to 3 years or 4 or 5 years experience required. 2 years experience is such a low amount of experience. This is really indicating we're really looking for somebody who has any idea about digital marketing. Here is a performance marketing specialist in a company called Fifth Ring, managing PPC, display, social media, experience in Google Ads or Facebook advertising, knowledge in Google search and Facebook advertising, and certification, which is what you should have if you are working in this field. Stay abreast of latest updates, strong understanding of products. This is all really great. And when it says what we're looking for, education, again, if you have it, wonderful. If not, ignore it. Deep analytics knowledge, experience in tracking, hands-on, have built and scaled campaigns firsthand, and then knows Google and Facebook like the back of your hand. Now, it says they want someone who has scaled campaigns. I still would say that you should apply for this. Again, there's still, in a place like this where there is really proportionate to the population, there is a big demand for people with this skill set. Very few people still have this skill set. So even if you're just coming in with your relatively modest experience, do exactly the way my students in America, my students in Europe do it, and just show them what you know, and you will make an impression. Here is Digital Marketing Associate, SEO and Tag Management. Oh, well, this is interesting because they've had 196 applicants. Now, that's a lot more than we've seen in other job applications, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines is a huge company. It's very well known, and there's probably people applying for this job. I guarantee you, this is one of the most detailed job descriptions I've seen talking about page level optimization, HTML tags, tag management. Can almost guarantee you that these people reviewing these resumes are drowning in bad resumes because people just want to work at Singapore Airlines. Diploma, could have it, great. If you don't worry about it. Keen interest, and I love it. Keen interest in digital marketing and willingness to learn. What does that tell you right there? I mean, that's probably another reason why people have applied for this. But again, you show up with your knowledge and experience and having actually run ads, you will stand out from all 196 people. Here's an SEM specialist at a company that I won't try to pronounce, and it's only had one applicant. That's kind of interesting. Managed end-to-end ad accounts, SEM, paid social, proactive solutions focused, passion for marketing, hands-on experience with Google Ads. Boom, and willing to learn. This looks like a great opportunity, and they've only had one applicant. Although it was sourced from a job board, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. But it looks like a great opportunity over here. Here is a digital marketing executive at Leica Group PTE. SEMrush, Href, so this is SEO, and this is an SEO position. It's a little bit jumbled up here, but basically they're going to support the marketing team in creating brand awareness using SEO strategies. Proficiency in verbal and written in English. These degrees in marketing are so hilarious. These kids come in, they don't know anything about SEO. It's not even taught. And they put it on the job requirement. So again, my advice is to ignore that and just show that you know what you're talking about. And when it says fresh grads are welcome to apply, that also indicates that this is a very entry-level position. Group M, you've seen this company in multiple walkthroughs. This is a giant agency, global, and now you can see they have an office in Singapore, and they've only had 9 applicants in a month. That is pretty crazy. Even when it says fun, dynamic office, working on a variety of portfolio of clients, understanding process. Now, this is really funny because they're really telling you this is a very junior position where they're going to be training you. In 3 months, understand the process, assist your manager to ensure smooth launch of campaigns. 6 months, work independently on some tasks, and by 12 months, take control of day-to-day management. Now, and it says assist digital team in all aspects serving clients. Guys, you can come into this job and it says minimum 1 year of experience. Remember, when you see minimum 1 year of experience, that means it is almost no experience required. But when you come in, if you've actually done what's in the course, you've run some campaigns, you've done the spreadsheet, you've really learned the language, you will have more than the other 9 applicants. And this is a really great opportunity, guys. I don't know if anyone in the course is from Singapore, but even if you're just in Southeast Asia, I would still recommend that you contact these guys because these guys are clearly looking for somebody that they want to train and bring into the fold. Yeah, Group M, great agency. Singapore, great job market. Here is Performance Marketing Associate at Homage. Manage performance marketing operations, long campaign search, social display. And this is funny, experienced fresh graduates or digital marketers with 0 to 1 year of experience. Guys, well, it says it right there. And that's probably why they have 20 applicants in 2 days. But look, they're telling you right off the bat that they want somebody who's got any experience at all, prior experience in performance marketing, be it internships, jobs, or side projects. Guys, this is it right here. Especially if you're from Singapore and you've had any doubts that this applies to you, they're saying it right there. Literally, your side projects count. They're telling you that. Google ads, Facebook ads. And then they want there's some soft skills here like personal leadership, persistence, analytical, etc. So this looks like a great opportunity at Homage in Singapore, Performance Marketing Associate. Definitely check that out. Here is a digital marketing specialist position at Ride. It's been up for 3 weeks. They haven't hired anyone yet, which is a good indication. Develop and implement marketing strategies, Google ads, Facebook business ads. And again, it says 3+ years experience, but when I see that something's been up for 3 weeks and they've had 21 applicants and they're talking about, and honestly, the pay, this is not 3-year pay. If they're really only paying people like $38,000 or $42,000 a year, that's, they're probably getting people applying who just do not really have 3 years of experience. People with 3 years of experience should be making about $90,000 a year. So this is a really good opportunity to come in the beginning of your career, blow them away, get that experience, and then leverage up to another company. This is another one at Media Monks, digital marketing specialist, provide digital marketing expertise, different campaigns, strong marketing background experience, proven experience in online consumer marketing, and then deep understanding of digital marketing. Again, I love it when they say you need to have all this experience, and then they say understanding. If you have experience, you should have understanding. So that definitely indicates that this is a job where they're open to people without that much experience. Let's see. And also, Media Monks has so many job openings, it's good to just apply so that you get on their radar. This one, Michael Page, I think we already saw this company was hiring in another country I did. And this is design digital marketing strategies. Oh, this is what I thought was funny, is that there's only been one applicant because I don't know who wrote this job posting. 7 years experience. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The thing is, people who have 7 years of experience with B2B or business to business, that you might have someone like that, but that's going to be a traditional marketer. That's going to be the person that has maybe direct sales or phone sales experience. If you want someone who's going to be doing digital marketing for 7 years of experience, again, people at that level are not even really on LinkedIn. They're not, and it definitely is not entry level. That's where, again, when you see these type of discrepancies, guys, I know it's annoying. Just presume it's entry level. Ignore this because it means somebody in human resources made a boo-boo or they're just not very smart and they don't understand. Someone with 7 years experience in digital marketing has got to be making $150,000 a year. They're not going to apply for this job. That's probably why they've only had one applicant. But again, these are all good opportunities for you when you're just starting out because it gives you the opportunity to stand out and get some initial experience. Here is Conceiva Lab, digital strategist. Now, this is a ton of SEO and SEM, and it's very specific. I like that. In-depth SEO analysis, optimize SEO campaigns, execute campaigns in SEM. 1 to 2 years experience. Again, that is code for not that much experience required. Good knowledge and relevant tools such as SEMrush. Everything you learn in the course, Google Ads certified. This is great. I don't know why they've already had 10 applicants for this particular position because it's very specific, but I'm very confident that if you did everything in the course, you would stand out for this position. This one, and we're winding down here, I love this because this is VaynerMedia. And by the way, guys, you remember I saw one of my students, Jason, got hired by VaynerMedia, which is run by Gary Vee. If you guys know him, he's a big influencer. VaynerMedia is a very dynamic digital marketing company, but this is funny because this is a copywriter position, so this isn't really what I teach in the course, but this is for people who do have a passion for writing, and I just love the fact that, A, this is a well-known agency, that's a very cool place to work, and they've only had 6 applicants. That says to me, if you're in Singapore, you have a very good shot of getting this job. And honestly, I don't even know how it works in terms of hiring. This is a global company, so you could even apply to this job even if you don't live in Singapore and see what they have to say. it's Gary Vee's company, so they're not going to be that rigid corporate nonsense where they're going to be like, this is not allowable. If you can impress them and connect with them, then there's a chance you could still be considered. And that's going to wrap up my walkthrough of Singapore. Again, it is a great economy in the middle of Southeast Asia. And even if you don't live in Singapore, but you're located in that region, I would recommend you reaching out to some of these companies. It's a more robust economy in Singapore, so it's probably the jobs will pay a bit more than in some of the neighboring countries like Malaysia. Or like Thailand or Vietnam. But Singapore has a really good job market. And then I really am going to wrap this up because I've been talking for a long time. And I'm just going to quickly go over some other countries. Hong Kong is also another Asian area that has a good job market. There's about 3,000 open jobs. And I have a student here, Garima, who actually I should be interviewing her soon. She got a job in Hong Kong. Although she said a lot of the jobs did require Cantonese, but she didn't speak Cantonese, but got a really good job working here, and now she's in performance marketing. There are jobs in Sweden. There's about 3,000 jobs over there. I had this student, Johnny Jiang, get a junior position, and now he's working as an SEM specialist at SBT Media in Sweden. And I've had students in other countries as well get jobs over the years. I don't have all those testimonials right now, but here's Radovaj, and he's in Serbia. I have a student in New Zealand who I'm going to be interviewing soon. There's a ton of jobs in France. There's about 17,000 jobs. And I haven't had that many students from France. I've had a couple. I think it's probably a language barrier thing, but there's definitely a robust job market in France as well. So anyway, guys, as you've seen from this walkthrough, there are many digital marketing jobs. When you put all the countries of the world together, there's 611,000 open jobs, and it's just a great time to have this skill set. So I hope that you were able to find your country in this walkthrough. If you have any questions or feedback or comments or requests, feel free to leave that in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.